Inside this video, we are going to be working with the logo. So first of all, we are going to go to the administrator and extensions and module manager. Inside here, you are going to go to the logo. Now, the way that we are going to be implementing the logo will be by creating a link inside an H1 element or an H2 element. You will need to decide what exactly do you want. Now normally what I will do is create an H1 element for the home page, and then I will create another module with an H2 element, and that H2 element will be displayed inside the other pages from this website, because again you will need to have only one H1 element inside your own Joomla website, but again that decision will be up to you. I am just going to write down in here, my keyword goes here, because again you are going to be using your keyword, whatever keyword you are going to be targeting inside your logo. My keyword goes here, and we are going to make a selection. Then let's click on paragraph and H1. Let's go to the link, and inside there we are going to write down whatever domain name you have. In this case we are just going to write down anything, and www.joomla blogstar.com/joomla25. Then click insert, and again this module will be displayed only inside the home page. So we are going to click on no pages, and then only on the pages selected. Click on home, and then let's go up and click on save and new. We are going to give the name logo H2, which will tell us that this logo will be using the H2 element. The position will be the logo. Then down here, my H2 keyword goes here. Then again, make a selection. The paragraph will be an H2, and the link, we are going to choose the same link. Click insert, and then the pages will be to on all pages except those selected. So we are going to only select the home, and we are going to uncheck this one in here. There you are, and we are going to go back and click save and close. The next step will be, of course, going back and refresh, and there you have it. As you can see, we are going to have the H1 element in here, which will be a lot better than having an image. And if you deactivate the CSS, again the H1 element will be in there. Right click, view selection source, and this will be the H1 element. And we are going to go back. Let me click refresh and start applying the image replacement to this logo. If you go back to Adobe, you are going to have the image that you designed on the last videos. And if you remember, we are going to have from this point to this point down here 100 pixels, and then from this point to this point you are going to have 450 pixels. So those are going to be the dimensions from this logo. Let's go to Komodo and start implementing. Let's go down here, click enter. We are going to go down, then the comments, my logo goes here. Let me close in there, click enter. And before continue, let me go back to my CMS teachings and open the index.php on my Komodo so I can analyze again my HTML structure. If you see in here, you are going to have the header and then the logo inside and the banner inside. And again, we are going to give to the logo section, this element, 450 pixels. And the same will happen with the banner. But what we are going to be doing with the banner is that we are going to be moving this banner to the right. The same thing that we did with the social media icons. And let me show you how that will work. First of all, we are going to write down the hash and header, and we are going to be implementing the height inside this ID. That will be height. We are going to write down 100 pixels. Then let's go down there, and we are going to write down the logo, and then open the curly brackets. The height will be 100. click enter, and we are going to write down the width. In this case it will be 450 pixels. Then we are just going to copy, going down, and Control V. Let's change the logo to banner. And remember, the banner will be floated to the right. So let's write down float and then right, semicolon, and we are going to add a background color so you can actually see what it is going to happen with these divisions. Let's write down yellow, and we are going to eliminate all these, eliminate, then down here, and background, and this one will be red, semicolon, and the same, eliminate, Control C and Control V, then Control S so we can upload everything. Let me go to my Joomla 25, then templates, and the CMS teachings, then CSS, and finally going back to the CMS teachings and upload the CMS gray. Click OK, and we are going to refresh. Did you notice? Now we are going to have the logo in yellow and the banner on red. Let's move the banner all the way to the top. So let's go back, and we are going to apply a margin top. Let's write down margin and then top, and on this example we are going to use a negative number. Let's use negative 100 pixels and see how that will work. Going back, right click, upload, click OK, and refresh. There you are. So far everything will look fine. What I am going to do, I am going to increase a margin button to the top bar position in here. And let me show you, going back in here and then to the top bar, scroll up, and in here we are going to write down margin and then button, the colon, and we are going to probably add 10 pixels, semicolon, Control S, and let me scroll down, and inside right here we are going to copy all the CSS style, Control C, and click enter and Control V. Then we are going to click in here and space, write down the A element, which will be the anchor element, and then we are going to apply a background. Let me eliminate everything, click enter, and background. Let's write down the colon, and in this case the URL will be the image. Again, remember, the image will be dot dot and then diagonal images slash and then the name of the image, header dot png. Then outside we are going to write down no repeat, semicolon, and then click enter and text indent. We are going to apply negative 9,999 pixels, semicolon, Control S, going back, right click and upload, and click OK. Now we are going to replace and see what happened. If you notice, now we can see actually the logo behind. However, we will need to apply some height and width. So let's go back, but because we are going to be working with links, let me add the H1 element, because again this will be a link that will be inside the H1 element. We are going to click enter, display block, and again we will need to change the inline label element to a block label element. So let's click in here and block, semicolon, then we are going to click enter and copy everything in here, Control C, and click enter, Control V, backspace or delete in this case, Control S, and going back, right click and upload, click OK, and we are going to refresh. There you are. As you can see, my friends, now we have accomplished the logo text image replacement. Now if you notice down here, you are going to have this border at the bottom. What you can do in that case, you can go back and eliminate the border button, click enter, border, and then you are going to select button, okay, and equal to none, semicolon, and then you are just going to copy, Control C and Control V. you are going to eliminate all this and the hover right there. And finally, even if you want, you can eliminate all these CSS if you want. That will be up to you. But on this example, I am just going to eliminate only the background. Backspace, Control S, and one more time we are going to upload and replace. Finally, let's refresh one more time. As you can see, my friends, we have finished this logo. And if you deactivate the CSS, let me click on the web developer tool and disable all styles. And if you notice, that will be the beauty while designing our own templates. Because again, remember, Google will care about the HTML structure. And in this case, it will emphasize on this H1 element. My friends, for this video, that will be it. And let's move on.